आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षु श्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मेस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति Shanti. Om. May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, the mind, all the sensory and motor organs and the life force become efficient. All is verily the one without second, ever blissful, ever perfect, luminous existence itself, called Brahman. May I never deny Brahman. May the Brahman never reject me either. May all the virtues spoken of by the scriptures as necessary to experience this truth of Brahman, of oneness, be with me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Let us feel the inherent oneness of all existence. Imagine a heap of ice cubes kept into a warm room. I identify myself with one ice cube and think all other ice cubes are different from me, separate from me. With some other ice cubes I get connected as my parents, siblings, related in different ways, friends, colleagues. Some are my enemies, and most others in the heap are not much related to me. I feel I am different from all of them just because the size and shape is different. But everything is melting. As it melts, I start seeing that we are all really one. As the ice cubes melt completely, there is no distinction, there is no separate I at all. All is Brahman. Let us feel this, friends. We are all that one without second existence. The illusion of separation is due to constantly changing names and forms. As I identify with that, the difference appears. But when I identify with the content, the unchanging reality manifests that there is just one existence without a second. Om, peace, peace, peace. So this is the 228th class, and for some time this will be the end of this Bhagavatam class. We will restart in the month of May. So let us begin with our regular opening chant, which is actually the first verse of this whole text of Srimad Bhagavatam. So chant as loudly as you can. Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditarat श्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. That from whom creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is omniscient, is the only one having self-mastery, being the one independent entity, who illumined the mind of Brahma with Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of three gunas subsists, just as the combination of materials like fire, water and earth subsist in their causes without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. On that truth supreme we meditate. So this describes the main contention of this book, which is the contention expressed in all Vedanta literature, that there is only one unchanging material that pervades everything. All other things, uh, they have only apparent changing identity associated with the shapes, And the goal is to realize this unchanging truth, because all the happiness, all that we seek in life is really contained in that. Nothing else, friends, can bring uh, contentment or fulfillment in our life. It is, you may earn lot of money, lot of social prestige, or whatever, yet it will fail to bring the total satisfaction. Only thing that can bring it is experiencing this truth, knowing that I am that. And then automatically all sufferings will totally disappear. The cause of suffering is our being identified with a small changing thing like the body, and that creates illusion. I and you, they appear to be different, just as two ice cubes, you see. That, yeah, one this, one another is like that. So, but all is just water. It is like in animal crackers. Vani, have you eaten animal crackers? Okay, so animal crackers. They are different only because of the shape, and according to the shape, they get the name. So, we are like that, infinitely many, almost, I mean, animal crackers. Uh, Substance in all of us is God alone. That is called God. God is that substance that is pervaded in everything, that which does not change. The shapes keep on changing. It is therefore important that we suffer because of our littleness. It is as one of the great Upanishads, Chandogya Upanishad, says, Nalpe sukhamasti. Bhuma eva sukham, nalpe sukhamasti. This in this little thing, there is always craving, I want this, I want this, I want. And then when you do not feel satisfied, a sense of frustration also sets in. But they, as a little something, I will never be able to have total fulfillment. So, our life should be led in this way, that then there will be never any frustration, because now we have the purpose to live for. So we shall see in Bhagavatam so many nice stories are told. The truth is given through stories. The stories may have some historical element, or some, the freedom taken by fiction writers, that also can be there. It is, there are some facts, even when they write fictions. When fictions are written, they have to arrange it around something that is real. It is a great skill, to write a fiction where the real and imaginary, they are kind of put together. It's a great art to properly write a fiction. So, if you put everything unreal, people will discard that. If you put everything real, then it is like reading newspaper and the fact sheets. So it is therefore there should be a very good mixture, so that the imaginary things they have a coat of reality. So that is how the stories get generated, stories get read, and that technique is used here. The purpose is not to tell you just a story, but to reveal the truth through the stories. Because stories are palatable. Everyone likes to listen to stories. That is why this technique is used. So, and we saw the various, last time we were seeing about the how a man succumbs to temptations and does not therefore think of what is ultimately good. Temptations, like you get so many ads and you succumb to the temptation generated by them. So one has to be very cautious that anyway, when I succumb to temptation, I am likely to fall and suffer. That is what happens. It is that if we are not getting, charmed by those things, then there is no problem at all. One Swami here gave a very nice analogy. He was giving a retreat here. That happened a long time back. So, but I remember that analogy he gave that there are so many spam and spoofing emails that flood the inboxes. If you just do not look at them, delete them, they don't cause much harm. But if you let it be on your box, in your inbox for some time, and you look at it, and that very charming ads are given, all that they tell you to get this benefit is to click on the attachment. And once you click the attachment, things go all out of your hands, and therefore do not click. So, things are around us. As long as you are not clicking, then you are safe. Click and it is gone. So be aware. That is what these stories have told, that a momentary lapse and you may fall down in a deep gorge. So it is as I told you that in that hilly region where I used to be for quite some years, that Shillong, and so lot of hair bending, these roads there, constantly bending here and there, and the driving has to be done very, very cautiously. So, and they had put more many signs that be slow. It is one very nice is better to be uh, Mr. Late than late Mr. So it is the very important thing is to be cautious. It is, if we are not, then we are inviting disaster in life. Now, today, after that Dushyanta Shakuntala's description, where we saw also the story of Bharata and how the name Bharata came about for India. India was earlier not known by this name. It is, but after this king Bharata's story we saw last time, this king Bharata became the most famous king of the Indian subcontinent. The country then became known as Bharata. Now, uh, in that lineage, gradually you see that was born that there were two sons who were born in that lineage, Guru and Rantideva. The Rantideva's story is a tremendous story of how one can feel the oneness, the same self is in all. Just as your left hand and right hand, same eye is in them. So you do not separate that, the pain of the left hand is as painful to all body, not just to that limb. So it is because there is one self. Now expand it to all. Suppose everybody think of it, because that is truth, that all is really one self. You have, say, millions of bottles of water. The bottles are different, but the water is same. So let us feel this. That is the lesson from this great story of Rantideva. Very famous, has been quoted in many different ways by different sages, and this story, it is not just becoming compassionate. Compassion and desire to help others is usually, like, I will help you, I will serve you. I is retained. I and you distinction is not obliterated there. But Rantideva's actions, it is, let me now read this story. He lived satisfied with what chance would bring. Even when he was hungry in the extreme, he gave away to others whatever food he happened to get. A man of steady mind, he suffered with his family from privations, as he was without any possessions. He has once to spend 48 days without any food or drink. Yeah, our Dr. Tilak can tell whether such a thing is possible or not. It is, but in the story it is true that at the end of it, he chanced to get some payasa, some food, with cooked with wheat and water and ghee. The members of his family had been reduced to the utmost strait, and he himself was trembling with hunger and thirst when they were about to eat that food. That food was just by chance they were about to eat. A Brahmin guest arrived. Rantideva gave him a good share of that food with great cordiality and sincere reverence. For he saw, now this is important, he saw Lord Hari residing in that body, residing in all. That Brahman took his meal and went away highly satisfied. O king, next when he was dividing the remaining food amongst the hungry members of his family, a laborer arrived there as guest. Seeing Sri Hari in him too, Rantideva gave away to him even that remaining food which he was about to divide. And when that guest was gone, a hunter with a pack of dogs arrived and said, "O master, give some food to me and my dogs. We are very hungry." So the great Rantideva gave away whatever food remained to the dogs and their master, and prostrated himself before them, seeing Lord residing in them. All that remained was only water, enough for one person to drink. When he was about to drink it, an outcast came and cried, "For this wretch give at least some water to drink." Hearing his heart-rending appeal, Rantideva was moved to great pity and spoke to him in the following sweet words of great import, that now he is seeing uh, God in all of them. God is asking. So, and his prayer in that state was very important. It is, this is a verse that is quoted from an ancient text like Mahanarayan Upanishad or something, or Maha Upanishad. There is an Upanishad known as Maha Upanishad. It is taken from that. Ayam nija paroveti ganana laguchetasam udara charitanam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. This is I, this is mine, is the thinking of narrow-minded. For the broad-minded, the whole earth is one's family. So, it is actually one not just family, it is just one's body, one's existence. That is how you look upon this. It is this, you see, the basic ignorance that we have is summed up as awareness of I and you. Actually, there is, in truth, everything is one. But then the feeling of I arose, and then with that came two, like divided. Like if you have a whole paper, you cannot make just one piece of it. At least two pieces will get made. If you tear, then at least two pieces have to get made. Now, like that, the duality appears, a crack in the unbroken consciousness comes up. This and this. And that is how it becomes one you identify with, I. And then what remains is world. Therefore, everybody's world, friends, is different. Because everybody's, I is different. You tear a piece from this whole. The remaining becomes the world. So, as everything is, tears a small different piece, remaining is the world. So, everybody's world is so different. Mother and son may be, very close relation, but yet their worlds are far apart. Husband and wife, worlds would be far apart. Yeah, I remember conversing with one lady, came for this service, and then I just asked, "How is your husband doing?" And she said, he is in his own world. So, he is in his own world. Everybody is in one's own world. Imagine, in human beings also it is so true. think of, if a mosquito or some insect sitting on your uh, hand, how different the world of that insect would be. So different. And so that is how, the uh, differences arise. And then the fighting has to begin there. It is, unless you see that the differences are uh, gone, there won't be any peace, because this two means mine and yours. Keep on fighting. In individuals, it becomes a kind of duel, as it is in this little drawing. In terms of communities, nations, it becomes big wars. So, like what is going on right now. So, it is big wars. All this is because I and you, the separation is seen. And violence actually is a wrong attempt, but the idea is same. The idea of enjoyment is also really same. To be one. To be one. I like that example. Suppose this Danny sees a cookie and wants to eat. Now he feels that yes, I must go and eat the cookie, then I will be happy. Just by seeing, he doesn't become happy. He has to go and grab it, and then what? Well, you have to put it in mouth, and then the difference between the you and the cookie has now vanished. Then you feel happy. Happiness is having that sense of being one, the two becoming one. So, even in sex pleasures, it is this idea, become one. Two are not tolerated. So, in violence also it is like that, that you want to eliminate the other and have one. So, this is a wrong way to bring about oneness. It is the right way is you don't have to fight with anything. You don't have to, eat anything as such. Just see the oneness. Like when you are standing in front of, say, ocean, lots of waves are rising and falling. There is, you need not merge the two waves to see oneness. Look at the ocean. What is, this is, I am quoting from Shankaracharya's commentary on Aitareya Upanishad, that what by the name of waves is infinitely many, and it is constantly changing. By the name of ocean, it is one without second and never changing. So that is how we must see. We are like these waves, isn't it? Born, grow, fall down, gone. So it is, our lives are like these waves. Nothing more than that, friends. But our real life is not wave. I mistakenly identify myself with wave, and that ensures all these difficulties in life. So let us learn to identify with the ocean, our true nature. So that never changes. So this is how you see the oneness. Trying to bring two things one, it will never be possible. Because Danny may eat one cookie, felt happy. Then as he eat one more. He says, I'm good, it is. The amount of happiness you derive goes on diminishing. Uh, that law of diminishing returns works there. That, hey, one cookie you got some pleasure, with second cookie it will be reduced. Third cookie, maybe I have to hold gun to his head. Hey, it because there is no further happiness to be gained by that. So that is how this is a wrong method of trying to be one. The right is it is see the existing oneness by transcending the name and form. In one very famous treatise on Vedanta, and this has been in other places also, others also have followed this. It is told that everything is constituted by these five things. Five elements are there. That three are uh, Sat, Chid, Ananda, existence, consciousness, bliss. And then two others are name and form. Like Shilpa is name, and then with that goes a form. Apart from that, what is Shilpa? God alone, Satchidananda, existence, consciousness, bliss. Everything, friends, just remove the name and form, which anyway are extraneously given to you. Like one a long time back, I asked her, what is your name? And she told some name, I forget now what. But it was somewhat strange name. Oh, how did you get this name? She said, I had no control then on about it. I had no control given by my parents. So therefore, yeah. And the shape is constantly changing again. So it is thus remove them, and then you see the oneness. Like the little children, when they are babies, they see the distinctions in animal crackers. This is, and at that time, if the baby asks, Mom, give me an elephant to eat, and then you may quickly not find elephant, and then mom gives this camel. The baby says, no, I understand what is camel and what is elephant. You have given me wrong thing. The baby will throw it away because wants camel. But that very baby grows up a little bit, goes to kindergarten, and knows for sure what is camel is also elephant and all that. So when we grow a little bit spiritually, we will see the sameness. We have not grown enough to see that. Therefore we see I and mine, snatching from others and so forth. And so I and you. Sri Ramakrishna therefore used to tell that this is what is Maya or ignorance. I and you, the tangible way. Instead of describing it philosophically, he is telling just the effect of this Maya on our lives. It is I and mine, I and you. So it is, that is wrong. And Ranti Deva is seeing this truth in all forms. There is the one divine. And his prayer therefore is like this, that I do not pray to Lord for eightfold powers. There are descriptions of these 8 different powers called siddhis. So, disappearing, no form is seen, walking on the waters, the effect of gravity you overcome, you can fly into the skies, same thing. So many different siddhis. You can have a very luminous body. And so it is all those siddhis people crave for. But Rantideva prostrated before these, he was seeing God in them and therefore he prayed. Uh, the prayer is, when you think of God, see God, then the prayer comes up. It is, for example, that it is, if you see a stone and think of that as Shiva, then you pray there, salute it, and all that. The one who doesn't have that understanding at all will not pay such obeisance there, may actually kick it and go away. So, because how you see and what your awareness is about it, your behavior follows that. It is uh, like you see one lady. I give this example many times. A few days ago, I was in a school telling about, and the question comes: is Hinduism polytheistic or monotheistic? A commonly asked question. So I told, ah, it is neither of that, but it can be seen as both. It is neither monotheism nor polytheism nor even monism. It is actually the same thing. As you relate to it, uh, that becomes one image for you. Like one lady, suppose she is teacher. There was in the class the lady was that class teacher was the lady. So suppose I said, if this lady, now for you she is teacher, so you call her as your teacher. You look upon like that. Her own children, for them she is mother. For her husband, she is wife. For her parents, she is daughter. If she goes to a patient, goes to a doctor, for the doctor, that very person is a patient. So see how many images have come out of that one lady. So many images. That is why we have so many pictures of various ways in which the God can be connected. So this Ranti Deva is seeing God in all these people that uh, whom he gave the food because they were asking for it. So the food was given, and then he saw God in them as such, so prayed to that God, the God who is pervading everything. Like in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, this great verse comes that that reality which is all pervading, and it is pray that, worship that deity who is all pervading and conscious, that by your actions, swakarmana tamabhyarcha, that pray that deity through your actions, the deity that pervades everything. It is. So, uh, it is true we have to start learning. This is a matter of practice. Religion is not a theory, friends. It is a matter of regular practice. It is very funny, otherwise, many become mm, reading some Advaitic, non dualistic text uh, or listening to some lectures like Ashtavakra Gita and all that. So, uh, would get a very theoretical idea of non dualism. And they say, yes, yes, we are non dualist. This is real non dualism, not seeing the difference between this and this. That is the real non dualism in practice. And one has to therefore learn to practice it, friends. It is not just intellectually getting some idea, and therefore it is such a folly, that in United States I have seen hundreds of so-called non-dualists. They are not, no, they have gotten some theoretical, intellectual understanding, but one has to gradually learn to put it in practice. So that is how Sri Ramakrishna would say that non duality is truth. Yeah, but see it like when Sri Ramakrishna, a great example in his life of actually perceiving this non duality, and everybody could see that. Uh, he was very ill with terminal cancer and had reduced to bones, was a lot of pain. Imagine, those days there were no painkillers like in modern times you have. Ah, so he was with that, and a scholar came there. It was nice, that Shashadhar Tarka Chudamani. And he said, Yogis like you, if you concentrate on your disease, it will vanish. Yogis can do that. And Sri Ramakrishna uttered this word to him that, oh, you are scholar and still talk this kind of nonsense. The mind that has been given to Lord fully, how can I put it back on this a bone skeleton? How can I do that? But then, when Narendranath, future Swami Vivekananda, heard this, he told Sri Ramakrishna, no, no, please, please do this for our sake. You must survive for our sake. We need you. Sri Ramakrishna said, I don't know anything. The mother knows, means Divine Mother knows. Then go and tell Divine Mother. Then Sri Ramakrishna, because of the pressure of Vivekananda, went in to Kali temple. When he came out, Narendranath saw that his face is kind of sunk, showing that he is not at all feeling good about what he did. And so Narendranath asked, did you pray to Divine Mother? Yes. What did you say? I showed this, my cancer condition, and said that, oh Mother, do something so that I can swallow a little food. And then what Divine Mother said? Sri Ramakrishna said, she scolded me. scolded. Oh, why? She said, by these innumerable mouths, who is eating? Why do you need a separate mouth? There is only one being. That one being is eating with all mouths. That is why we have that beautiful, uh, very sublime Purusha Suktam. That it says Purusha means the indweller. Purusha doesn't mean male and female. Sometimes that meaning is attached to this word Purusha. But etymologically, word Purusha means the indweller, the one who dwells in the town of this body. This it is. So, Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat स भूमिम विश्वतो वृत्वा अत्यतिष्ठद दशांगुलम. So, that one being has innumerable heads, thinking through all heads, one being. They are not different. Walks on all billions of feet, works through all billions of hands, sees through billions of eyes, sahasraksha, sahasrapat. So that is, see that understanding and experience of this intense oneness. So, see Sri Ramakrishna constantly feeling that the same being is in all. This is the goal. This is what made him ever happy. Ever happy. It is Nityam Ananda Murti, as we say in the meditation on Sri Ramakrishna. Nityam Ananda Murti. It is how, let me tell you an incident in the life of Swami Adbhutananda. His only one illiterate disciple that Sri Ramakrishna had. All other disciples like Narendranath and all are highly learned. But this disciple was very illiterate. But with the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna, he had that inner knowledge fully. So, people used to come to him for guidance. Somebody asked him the question, Sri Ramakrishna, why did he suffer so much? Did he take the sins of others and so he suffered? He didn't do anything bad in life. So still why so much suffering he had to undergo? And Latu Maharaj replied, first let me tell you, we have never, mark my words friends, these are Latu Maharaj's words, he has never suffered, we never saw him suffering. He was always immersed in bliss. The body he was suffering, he would say body was suffering. It is the body, like you, if your cloth is torn, you don't feel you are torn. The body, what is that body? It is like an inner garment, that's all. It is not, you are not the body. So he was always constantly immersed in this blissful state. So this is how Rantideva prays that I only seek to abide within all beings because that is truth and undergo their sufferings. By taking over their sufferings, they will be free from all suffering. And this is what Swami Akhandananda, a direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, also used to make this prayer, that let me go in all bodies who are suffering and feel their suffering so that they will become free of that. So, this is a real non dual attitude, friends, that the same being in all. And if we do not honor that being, our worships and such things, they make really no sense. In Bhagavatam, we read that in Kapilopadeshan Bhagavat, it was a few years ago that we had finished the study of that, that Sri Krishna tells there, Sri Krishna is in the form of Kapila, and the advice is given to his mother, and tells mother that, look, those who do not see my presence in the suffering people, who ask them, ask for some help, and then do a lot of worship rituals. Their ritual is not that worship, it is not worship. He calls it is mockery of worship. Kurute archa vidambanam. So, this is the spirit in Vedanta that we have to imbibe, see the God in all. So, this is how the story of Rantideva is told here. Rantideva made prostrations before these deities. Unattached and desireless, he only surrendered himself to the worshipful Lord Vasudeva, but asked for no boons except this. Nothing is asked for. It is so many desires keep on coming in our minds. We tell them, oh, I want this, I want this. It is like the God is a Santa Claus, give everything, whatever children ask. No, it is the real devotee would not ask for anything. When Holy Mother was asked that how we should pray, then Holy Mother said, ask for desirelessness. Only this can be the prayer. Oh, free my mind from all desires. That is the way to pray. So here we will end this part of Bhagavata. There is this lot of description about how the descendants of this other this thing from Bharata's lineage, they came. Till now will begin the well-known story in Mahabharata. It is Mahabharata, all these kings are in the same lunar dynasty. In lunar dynasty, so there will be now the story that titled as Bhishma, Kuru, Pandavas and Kauravas. That will be the next chapter, but we will have to wait for that, not so fast. So, we shall conclude with this closing chant, which happens to be the third mantra, third verse in this Bhagavatam. Nigamakалпатароргалитам phalam शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः. O devotees, quaff, quaff to intoxication this nectar of the fruit of tree of Vedas, flowing from the mouth of the great sage Shuka and mixed with the ambrosia from his words. Any questions? Anybody has any question? Oh, you have a question? Okay. Microphone number 4, that is for him.
Yeah.
The one who is doing.
if Ranti Deva experienced God everywhere and he wanted to take on everyone's suffering, did he suffer? Or was he like Sri Ramakrishna, not suffering?
Not suffering, yeah. Not suffering, because he was seeing God in them. There was no suffering for him. Yeah, correct. Any other question here? You have a question, Shilpa? Oh, so many questions. Okay.
Well, couple things. If this is the lunar dynasty,
Huh?
this is a lunar dynasty you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
What was the solar dynasty?
We already finished that.
Oh, you
know,
did?
long back.
Okay, okay.
Solar Rama was the last in solar dynasty that we spoke about.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the description is there how the solar dynasty ends. And then Shuka started telling about lunar dynasty,
Okay.
Surya Vamshi and Chandra Vamshi.
Okay.
Yeah, so, okay,
And I'll ask one more question.
okay.
Practice is so much harder than rituals. And for me, rituals help me be a better person. So, yes, I know we have to practice. Intellectually, we get it, but practice for me is hard. Like when you say to look at God in, let's say, the people who created this war or some, family members. Try as you might, I would be dishonest if I said it didn't bother me.
Well, it is because of our, our understanding is completely reversed because of ignorance. That whatever is not worthy of possessing, we try to possess that, get caught in it. And thus it becomes very difficult. The difficulty is only because of that. It is like you have garbage at home. Do you not want to get rid of it? You don't, if the garbage picking guys don't come, then you call also. Hey, we have paid taxes, why have you not come? It is. So, you must see all those things that one gets attached to as what? Garbage. It is because it. Yeah, that is how, because it is garbage. Howsoever beautiful, howsoever pretty it may look, howsoever you feel that that is mine, my children. No, it is what that is connected with body, name and form. You are not that. So one has to learn to get detached. There is that funny joke is there. One wife wanted to get divorce, went to the lawyer. Yeah, it is, and then. The lawyer said, what ground? I mean, you should have some ground. And she said, my husband brings work at home. Said, that cannot be the ground for divorce. So many people have to bring the work, they cannot finish it in their work time, so they bring it at home and do it. That cannot be an issue of divorce. No, but his work is garbage picking. Now, then that could become a cause for divorce. What will happen? Suppose all the garbage bins are stored, stinking, then it could be. So this is all. That is why we suffer. All this stinking garbage of I and mine, we not only keep that there, we hug it. Oh, how nice. That is what gives rise to this suffering. Do you want suffering or not? When the result is shown, no, 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 we don't want sufferings. Then give up the cause of suffering. We call ourselves rationals. But we are not rational. That we don't want to suffer, but want to keep the cause of suffering with us. How can then one get rid of suffering? What Tilakji, is there a chance to get rid of suffering if we keep on holding close the cause of suffering? Suffering cannot be given up like that. One must be, daring. That there should be this daring in spiritual life. Okay, I will give it up. Because this is what is causing suffering. Like you understand, if there is the tooth is infected and giving lot of pain, then okay, extract it. Otherwise, no, no, I am so much attached to the tooth. Then you will have the pain also. So it is, that is how it is. So, because she was a dentist, so I gave her something that she can relate to. It is. So, that is how we must have resolve. One of the great qualities for spiritual life is have a resolve. Yes, I must take right step. Yeah. Thank you. Any other question? Is there any web question? Okay.
Just one question, Maharaj.
Yes, please.
Question from Taraswin.
From?
Taraswin.
Yes, Namaste Taraswin.
Pranam, isn't the path of discrimination extremely difficult for people who are not in the mold of Totapuri? Is there a simple and a kind way?
Yeah, see, path of discrimination, if followed just alone, it is difficult. But one should follow, therefore, the path of devotion, in which also the discernment is mentioned. Read the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. There, the path of that pure discernment path called yoga of knowledge, that is very attractive. But you don't have the capability to follow it, but still you are enchanted with it. That is how the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita begins, that Arjuna asks, between, these two, who is more dear to you, follower of this path or that path? Krishna begins with the second, that those who follow, are devoted to me, and then their characteristics are also told. They are very dear to me. And of course, those who follow this path of discernment, and there is the condition that, like Rantideva, they are full of fellow feeling, compassionate, because it is not theoretical non-dualism or theoretical discernment. So they are myself itself. So both are true, but then he makes a very clear statement. Avyakta hi gatir dukkham dehavadbhiravapyate. That the path of discernment becomes very difficult if you are not ready to give up attachment to the body, identification with body. Those who are so identified with body, for them it becomes very difficult. There are, like, if there is some tumor that needs to be cut. Now tumor is part of the body. So because the feeling of suffering, pain, oh, that tumor is going to get cut, okay, then give anesthesia. That some anesthetic, then it becomes numb, then you don't realize that it is getting cut. So it is like that. The pure path of discernment is surgery without anesthesia. And then bhakti yoga is surgery. Surgery has to be done. There is no choice about that, no option. Surgery has to be done, but path of devotion means give some anesthetic so that it doesn't become that painful. That is the only distinction. Okay, so let us conclude with the closing chant. And yes, tomorrow there is the day-long meditation from 12 to 8, silent meditation. And day after tomorrow, in the beginning at 11 o'clock, the guided meditation and prayers, they will happen. Before that, those who would like to put in some, karma yoga, they can come and do some works here. And day after tomorrow is the Sunday service, so you can join any or all of these programs. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol. Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol.